Hello Internet, Lieutenant Ellis here with the 299 Scouts, dangerous skills for dangerous places. It's day 2 of my lockdown, and yes, I'm wearing yesterday's shirt, working from home, sue me. So, if you're watching this, it's day 2 of your lockdown. The FEMA camps are just starting to be constructed by the military, but they're still voluntary at this stage. So day 2, drill number 2, priority number 2. After I taught you how to get first round shot on target, before I even get into like building how I set the pins and get like a nice crushing grip on this pistol, or how I get into tendon lockout, or all the fine minutia of like how you can actually optimize your pistol firing. If I only had 2 days to teach you how to do anything, first day would be teaching you how to shoot, second day would be teaching you how to clear malfunctions, that immediate action, that tap, rack, bang, because things can go bad just that quick.
What's wrong? Gun jam?
You can fire off and get off one round, and then your weapon immediately jams, and now you've got to rectify that malfunction, usually when somebody's trying to kill you. So that's what we'll be covering today. Drill number 2, immediate malfunction clearance, immediate action. For this, we have to be utilizing our actual sidearm. We can't really do this with airsoft, and we can't really do this with the CERT laser trainers. You're going to need your actual pistol, some magazines, and preferably your dummy rounds. Some people do this dry, where they don't put any magazine in there, keep the slide from blocking to the rear. I even done some Mantis mag blocks that keep the slide from blocking to the rear when you insert a magazine, so you can practice tap rack. And if you have a laser bullet, it'll keep it from interfering with that. Personally, I like to go the little extra distance, and I actually have to load up my magazine with dummy rounds. And this is not necessary, but you know, it teaches you a lot of things. You can have a lot of mistakes you're not realizing you're doing wrong unless you're actually cycling rounds through this weapon. So like, for example, if I skip the tap in the tap rack bang, if I skip that motion, I can be cycling all day, but unless this magazine is locked into place properly, it's not going to strip a round off and cycle it. So incorporating that tack, I can rack it, you know, maybe I'm racking it, but I'm only short stroking and I'm not getting a full rack in. I'm also not cycling rounds in the chamber. Or I might block the ejection port while I'm racking, and I might be inducing further malfunctions. So these are only things that you're going to figure out if you have actual dummy rounds in here cycling through as you work through it. Alright, so the drill is within 2.5 seconds. You're going to attempt to fire, you're going to tap, rack, and then get back on target and get that shot off. Because remember, people are trying to kill you. You remember from a previous video that I like to rack up front, crossing my hands in front of the muzzle or anything, that I rack and get back onto target, because the efficiency of coming back onto target here is better than coming all the way around. And just to exaggerate that motion, coming all the way around and back on the target, I can have much better economy of motion, much better efficiency. Alright, so shot timer, 2.5 seconds, random start, attempt to fire, tap, rack, bang, re-engage. Center. 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 So like I said, without these dummy rounds in there, you can get away with it. It's fine. You can just, you know, have no magazine in. You can tap rack all day long, and you'll get most of the utility of this training out of it. But if I'm racking and I'm blocking the ejection port, I can induce further malfunctions, and this is something you're only going to figure out if you have those dummy rounds in there. So I think that it's worth the training value, it's worth the effort to go ahead, and I know I'm going to be picking up dummy rounds all over my living room right now, because this is not something you want to learn at 4 a.m. In the dark. Alright, that's it for day 2 of quarantine. Drill number 2, priority number 2, which is keeping your gun running, whatever the case, whatever the reason. You need to be able to rectify that quickly, instinctively. So that's where that tap, rack, bang comes in. A lot of people are getting around to the point where they're saying, well, we could just skip that tap and, you know, just go straight into the rack, and that's maybe, you know, but for me, like, the tap is so natural, and just making sure that that magazine is fully seated, so it is feeding rounds. I'd rather do that than to go and rack it and then figure out that my magazine wasn't fully seated and I've got to tap it again anyway. If you survive until tomorrow, go ahead and tune in, and we'll be covering remedial action, priority number 3, day 3 of lockdown for this quarantine. Good luck.